Hello and welcome to The Room 2, sequel to the aptly named The Room. This is a very atmospheric, occult-styled puzzle box or puzzle room puzzle game. How many times do I need to get the word puzzle across? In short, it's a puzzle game which involves playing around with objects. You can kind of see a little bit of what's happening in the main menu, where you can see I'm interacting with and having a look at this stopwatch. That's kind of the main gist of the game. It's a very niche puzzle game. The first game was very highly praised on Steam because it's so niche, very focused in scope, and really well crafted and made that it was highly praised. And this is The Room 2. There's another third game which I believe is only available on iOS. You shouldn't expect seeing this on this channel. If you decide you like what you see and you want to play along with me or just play the game for yourself, go to options and make sure you turn hints off. By default, they are turned on. You can also go to graphics setting and set it up to amazing, because this game is seriously very pretty. Because otherwise the game will ruin the game for you, since a big part of it involves fiddling around with objects and contraptions and artifacts and seeing how do they work and what they do. Now, this is the tutorial, and I'm just gonna blaze through it quite quickly because the recording didn't really work the first time around. So I have 15 minutes of frozen screen. I'll just blaze through this quickly. You'll see what I mean when I say it's very atmosphere heavy. If my calculations are correct, then this is where you will emerge. Welcome, friend. We have so much to share. Sorry, we have much to share. Now you are blind. No, now you are blind, but I have left you provision to see that your passage might be shorter than mine. I am forced to conceal it somewhere in this room and to trust in your wit to uncover it. I am not the only ghost in this place. That might be a hint to solving one of the puzzles. AS. Who is AS? No one knows. The lens is broken. We're going to need to try and repair it. Let me just observe. This is a big part of what the game involves. I believe you can't interact with objects when you're viewing them. That said, you can observe them and see if there are any hints on them. Zoom out further to view the rest of the room. Now you can see there's a lot of intrigue to be found in this game, and it will become very apparent once I complete this tutorial, hopefully in another 2 minutes. The round box, okay. Normally, the game is prompting you how to do this. Normally, it's up to you to figure out how things work, truth be told. And yay, the first puzzle, something that you'd expect to see in a game like Skyrim or, what is it? Not Far Cry, what's that game with Nathan Drake in it? The male Tomb Raider type of guy. Slide open the drawer. A new lens. And I believe if I double click it, it should probably, yeah, slot right in. And this is when the occultic starts becoming apparent. Sometimes the eyepiece can be used to see things that are otherwise hidden. Click on the fingerprint and pick up the piece. A small piece of shaped metal. Yep, well, don't shit, Sherlock. Click to remove the eyepiece and explore the room. Of course, always do your diligence, observe the piece. Is there anything written on the back? Can't tell, it's too dark. Probably not. Move out. I'm just gonna jump through this and not bother with checking everything. No, well, not diligently, not perfectly. We'll be seeing more of this in the future. 23rd October 1883. Mr. Rigby, suffice it to say that I do not share my colleague's faith in your character. Were it up to me, I should not engage a man of such low breeding and even lower station as yourself. The very thought of taking a grave robber into our service chills my stomach. But as Mr. de Montfaucon is fond of saying, needs must, as the devil drives. It falls to me then to brief you in your ungodly task, as you should be well aware. You shall only be paid upon your successful return with the artifact. Should you find yourself having any ideas otherwise, I must stress to you that while the artifact is of enormous value, it is only of value within a certain small community of researchers. It is not for the eyes or hands of an uneducated man such as yourself. I unconditionally demand that you do not interact with the object in any way. It might prove incredibly dangerous for you to do so. It is an instrument of great power and should not be interfered with by inferior minds. I'm taking the person who underlined and squared these words is Mr. Rigby himself. The person, let me just grab this. The person who wrote this, it didn't say, but the person who left the note for us over here is initialed AS. Don't know what to think of this. Anyways, this is where you see Oh, yeah, thank you. It looks like you can place objects here. It's normally up to you to explore and discover these things. I suspect hints will take this away from you. I remember playing the first game with hints on accidentally, and I ended up losing on a lot of the intrigue, which was very upsetting still. I adored and loved the game. A strange brass sphere. No shit, Sherlock. And if you look at the bottom, you can see this is technically a medallion. If you interact with it, the base looks detachable, but not by hand. So obviously it has to go somewhere. Presumably right here. Yeah, creepy. I love the atmosphere in this game. Let me just show you how you solve this puzzle. Put it on the lens and you can see written in presumably blood. Southeast, southwest, north. And you'll see why that's important. Reminds me a lot of Myst. I loved games like Myst, these sorts of very atmospheric adventure games. Southwest, north. Yep, that does something for me. Awesome. I love these atmospheric adventure games because there tends to be a large... Yeah, thank you, game. Let me just play it. A large amount of, as Greg Kasavin would call it, exposition or world building to be found in these sorts of styled games, which I love and adore personally. I love just getting lost in a game world. And I see this is when things really begin getting a little bit creepy. Man, we missed... Yeah, you can see if I put on my... Oh, my bad, I didn't mean to right click. I feel it's like very intuitive to right click to rotate as opposed to left clicking. If you turn on the seeing eye glasses. Suddenly reminds me of Bloodborne, doesn't it? Then we rotate to the next. Yeah, you can see there's the Z that was... Oh, never mind. The rune we highlighted has... Oh, there we are. Is also written on the table. What they mean, I cannot say for sure. But things I've learned playing this so far is that there's a fella called Mr. Rigby who is a grave robber, probably needed for this style of occultic... I guess occultic... what's the word? Not architecture. For... Yeah, hello. That looks like one of those angels from Doctor Who. Archaeology. Occultic archaeology. Oh, this is the shape we're trying to make. It's written down here in the bottom right. But as you'll see, as I try to rotate it... oh, yeah, here we go. In case... There is a story to this game, flowing off from the previous story. It starts off as just a basic puzzler, but then it just becomes more layered and more twisted and intriguing. You end the last game. You've done well to emerge from the crypt, sound of both mind and spirit, though I fear this is only the beginning of your trials. You end the last game unlocking a door like the one we just opened and walking through it. And I presume what that letter Mr. Rigby wrote. No, sorry, that AS fellow wrote. He mentions, I calculated you would emerge here. So that's the follow-on. This is why, whoa. Games like these are so interesting. Now, presumably, only the ship is of value here. I can see there's a note there. Can I interact with this? No. Interact with this. Okay. Just, my Myst reflex is coming in. Naturally. There is still no sign, and my patience wears thin. In my frustration, I even scrolled the foremast. Oh, the foremast. Yep, that's the tall thing. a fool's errand. The fog is so dense, I can barely... This is some kind of, a riddle. I can barely see my own deck from the Crown's Nest, let alone the Helena. What is the Helena again? Regardless, I have had the gun deck run out the cannons. In readiness, it is good to keep the men sharp. Can I interact with this letter any further? Huh. Let me go in order. First off, foremast, crow's nest, cannons. Let's just observe this ship. This is the crow... Wait, no, that's the crow's nest. Hold on. That ship... The sail looks awful... Hold on! I am literally on a boat. I'm on a boat! Lonely Island, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Intriguing. This is the crow's nest, right? Oh, God, I keep right-clicking trying to rotate. I see. This probably matches up like so. A small golden key. Let's observe. So that's the crow's nest, right? Ooh, what was the 4 masts? I don't know what a mast is. Oh, yeah, sure. This is what I meant. This is totally what I meant. I know exactly what I'm doing. But wait, hold up. Where were the cannons? Something about keeping the men sharp. Oh, rotate it, move it out. Move it out so. Ooh. Ah, key piece. I still don't know what the 4-mast is. See, a lot of this game involves... the hints would ruin this for you. A lot of the game involves actually interacting with things and figuring out how does everything work. Presumably, I'm missing another red piece. A strange shaped key. It's the Triforce! Hold on, what is that? Keep that shape in mind. There's nothing down here I can interact with. Oh! That's okay. Why am I out in the ocean? What's going on? Slide this open. That doesn't look anything like my key. Oh, you know what I'm probably meant to do? I can probably rotate. Yeah. That one. That one looks right. This one here. Like so. Wow, I didn't even have to look. I'm very good at these games. I didn't finish with the boat, did I? Oh wait, I should probably double click to zoom. Ooh, this is interesting. It looks like some kind of contraption. Well, everything in this is a contraption, a bit of a Rube Goldberg machine. Oh, you know, I've been completely disregarding. This is probably strange that you can only interact with an object when it's hidden from view, huh? Oh, no. Wait. Oh, my bad. That's 2 of 3. 2 of 4, I mean. There are these 2 as well. So presumably I have to switch this button open, have a look inside. 1, wait, 2, 3, 4. Last one, I can see there's a little switch in here. It'll slide this open. Have a look, see inside, and just... So far, so good, and very basic. I'm enjoying this. Haha! I need a key. I need a key. This is probably where the 4-mast comes into play. And I just noticed there's a journal down here. Show me your secrets. Oh, I can't. Okay. It's been 30 weeks at... Oh, have I gone back in time? Huh? It's been 30 weeks at sea and the crew grows restless at our lack of plunder. Our booty. I miss booty, both treasure and other booty. Though I would not betray it, I share those concerns. A privateer's license is no small investment, and my investors will not be happy without a return. According to the prisoners we took off the San Espicito, we should find the Santa Helena in these waters, fresh out of New Granada. They were simple swabs, ignorant of all the workings of the decks, but they spoke of some artifact of great value aboard. I gave them a place among the crew. Can I turn the page? You know, with that in mind, can I interact with these things? It seems not. With that in mind, I'm going to reread this letter, because I think there might... I even scaled the 4-mast... Oh, the 4-mast is probably this part here, but first. A fool's errand. The fog is so dense I can barely see my own deck, and let alone the Helena. That's where we're headed, as we just saw from the journal. Regardless, I have had the gun deck run out the cannons in readiness to keep the men sharp. Okay, so I reread that for the purposes of keeping in mind some new information regarding the story. No, 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 no. Is it just this? I can't rotate the camera any further. Actually, genuinely somewhat stumped. Oh, you know what? You're probably meant to add something on the end. So, keeping that in mind, there was a letter in here which I completely ignored. A mountain, a moor, a palace, a slum. Why not the quarters of a galleon in full? Why not the quarters of a galleon in full sail? With each dizzying step, I'm whisked around the globe as simply as turning a corner. Will you be following my path or forging? Oh, it's AS again. Forging one anew. What sights you must have witnessed, if my own experience is any guide. I'll keep leaving notes, and I urge you to do the same, that we might know if our paths have crossed. Thrilling as this is, there is something not quite right with this place. No, I know you don't say. Though I struggle to define what some earthy tang of reality that is quite missing. I sometimes fancy I can smell the lime and the grease paint. Yeah, what he said. What he said. Oh no. Oh no. I'm missing a piece of the foremast. That I know for sure. Where is it? I think it might be in here even? There's a piece that was meant to be there, no? That I'm missing. In fact, that there looks like it could potentially be the key. Excuse me, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions. Conclusions are at sea. Wow, did you know this? You can probably interact with this somehow, for the love of God. On the bottom, no. On the cannons. I didn't mean to click that specifically. The sail, I'm guessing, has some kind of... You can unfurl it and you can probably then begin to see what's going on. I was hoping... Oh, that's right. There was this thing here that I've completely forgotten about that can probably be dragged over to... Nothing here. Nothing here. Up here? Nope. You can probably hear me clicking furiously. We've seen that already. Isn't this puzzling, huh? Yeah, I can see. Yeah, the sail's gonna have to unfurl. Something at the bottom. We need a wheel. Maybe. What's this here? It looks like it has to be weighted with something. Let me head back. I might have very easily missed something inside this chest, perchance. There's nothing to click. You can see these are the locking mechanisms, which I have to rotate using a key. There was nothing on the floor, it seems. Hello. Knock, knock. This looks like it's important. A strange cylinder. Let's observe it. I might have to use this as a weight. Oh, I thought you couldn't interact with objects in... Oh, there's another one. It's a corkscrew. There. Oh, I'm an idiot. It was here all along. It was here all along. And now we rotate. Let's have a look-see. Just making sure. Ah, I keep right-clicking trying to move. It didn't take long for us to track her down. We raced north for 2 miles on the deep... Oh, 2 miles on the deep-sea currents to overhaul a head start. So north 2 miles, we approached the mainland. We turned west for 2 miles to cut her off at the coast. With no sign, we headed 3 miles back south to meet her. We sighted her, sure enough, but she cut through the cape before we could intercept. Now we must wait for the tide. 2 north, 2 west, 3 south. And presumably, I can see 2 north, 2 west, 3 south. I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. More instructions. Even the elements turn against us. Oh, keyhole. Was that always there? Passage through the tape took us 4 miles west. So 4 west. We soon sighted her mast 4 miles to the north of us. Seeing her in pursuit, we cut west 2 miles in the fog bank. With her heavy ballast, we would easily overhaul her if only this accursed fog should lift. Okay. 4 west, 4 north, 2 west. 4, 2, 4. Wait, 4, 4, 2. Wow. So 4, 1, wait. 4, ooh? Huh? I'm reading this right. 4 miles west, I can't interact with any of the objects. Nor can I see anything worthwhile. I'm assuming a key might have something to do with it? Was there anything on the underside here? It seems I can't interact. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, sweet Jesus. How did I not bother looking? This is scary. How did I not bother exploring this chest? That is crazy. Excuse me, I can't zoom in on this. Okay. That's fine. I have no objects. Save for... Stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna finish this episode. I mean, finish this chapter before we move along. Does this give me night vision? Does this make me Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell? I used to love those games. What? Yeah. What? Why is there so much stuff? I love these games. I wish puzzle rooms could be more like this. A small key, yes, and there's something else back here. I guess not. Is this the same? It looks exactly the same. Let me recall that. Top left corner and bottom right corner. Let me just observe. I don't need to double click. Nothing noteworthy here, it seems. Oh, wait, no. No. This should be rotated to the left. It needs to rotate left to here, and then it'll be the matching symbol in the pillar. I'm going to take a guess and suggest that this goes here. I didn't realize I had to actually click it to be able to interact with it. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's actually, wait, that's it? No, I need to rotate it all the way around. And rotate, please. That presumably unlocks. Awesome. 4 west, 4 north. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 west again. Let's go. And then we see the next part of the journey, I take it. Oh! That's kind of creepy. We have her now. The fog lifted shortly after noon, and there she was, 6 miles to the south. Rapidly, we closed her down 6 south. Okay, and she fled east 2 miles back towards the Cape. Now she lies north of us by just 1 mile. She won't reach the Cape again. Hold on. This is so fucking cool. I can't interact with this anymore. Can I rotate this? It seems not, but assumedly these two might be connected. Let me reread the instructions. 6 south, 2 east, 1 north. So let's move south. Right? Because currently it looks like I'm facing... You know, it looks like I'm literally this ship. So I'm facing... Wait, westwards. Which way was I meant to go again? South. So I have to keep rotating left 90 degrees. Do I know any sea shanties? Here's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day. Okay. This is creepy. Hey, maybe I should play Assassin's Creed on this channel. I have never played any Assassin's Creed games. I was meaning to, I guess, like 4 or 5 years ago, but then I just kind of went, eh. There's a new Assassin's Creed game, I believe, that's been announced, Odyssey. Which is interesting, given that that's like a Greek. Might be based on Odysseus. Don't tell me Odysseus is an assassin. He's the one who came up with the idea. Nice. He came up with the idea of the Trojan horse, I'm guessing. Well, I mean, in game, and that's sort of his assassin needs. 6 miles south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we'll go 2 miles back towards the Cape, which I'm guessing is... No? 1, 2... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Did I do that? Is it just 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No. X marks the spot. Am I misreading this? Fog lifted shortly after noon, and then she was 6 miles to the south. And she fled east 2 miles back towards the Cape. Oh, sorry, wrong button. I would have thought that... So I was thinking it would look something closer to, like, she moved down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 east towards the Cape, and then she lives there. Oh, I'm an idiot. I had to... yeah, come on. Indeed. Oh, you creep me out. A painted figurehead. Oh, this is going to go into the foremast. Hey, excuse me. I wasn't finished. That's creepy. Can I interact with this? Does it do anything quite yet? No. Man, this is going to be really long episodes. I hope you guys enjoy this. We'll just... You know what? Let me just observe this. Here, upskirt. I'm very mature. Oh, there you have it. The wheel. The wheel. I'm going to grab that. I'm assuming by the looks of it, nothing else can be interacted with up here. Wow, this took far longer than it had any right to. Place this down, rotate. Now I have access to this. Okay, now everything's falling into piece. Everything's falling in place. See, I wish real puzzle rooms could be this good. Awesome. This is good news. Oh, fine. I guess I'll rotate this right away. RL, is it just SLR? Where does that... SLR sounds awfully familiar. Excuse... I didn't mean to right click. Can I have a look at that? Rose. Okay, that was straightforward. I still think we're missing something here, and we're missing something here. So just something to remind myself. Rose. R-O-S... What is SLR again? Oh, there you go. A new piece. You know, this is a nice looking gem. You know there are different kinds of gem cuts, and funnily enough, Dwarf Fortress actually goes as far as to emulate the different kinds of gem cuts, like how dwarves have more advanced gem cutting techniques than humans, for example. Or more ahead of its time. Oh, fucking fantastic. I thought we were coming close to this episode's end. There's a note here. Okay, I'll just read this. Or should we end the episode there? Half an hour long, huh? Nah,